Well folks, the time has finally come to erect my tree, and as you can see it's in lots and lots of pieces. I haven't actually counted how many pieces the tree comes in, but it's an absolute nightmare to assemble. So basically what I have to do, I take the base, that's easy enough, and then I take the shaft or the trunk, put that in the base, and then you can see it's colour coded. We've got yellow there, light green there, white, blue, and then this one, there's a purple, a green, a sort of a reddy pinky colour. I think one of the colour things has come off, but I always know which one it is because it's the one that doesn't have a doodah. Anyway, so basically I've got to find the colour. So for example, here's the white, and here on the floor are all the branches with the white piece of tape. So when this is on the tree or on the base, I have to put it in like that and then open it all out. Well, I tend to open them out first, then put it on, and I've got to repeat that lots and lots and lots of times until we get to the top of the tree where this is like a mini Christmas tree in itself. I should just put that in a pot and just have that, but that still needs opening up and titivating. So you can imagine just putting the tree up, getting the tree so it looks nice, takes ages. That's before I start putting the lights on. So tree up, then the lights, then I put my decoration, starting with the, I can't remember what they're called. I don't have tinsel, it's sort of like beads. So I put those on, and then I put all the other decorations on, and then it's finished. So without any further ado, I'm not going to film all this. I did a time-lapse thing previously, just showing the tree going up. So I'll put it up and I'll show you what the tree looks like unfinished, undecorated, and then I'll start to add all the bling. Well, the tree is up, everything is assembled apart from these two branches. I normally have to leave 2 or 3 branches off the bottom of the tree because it just wouldn't fit. And I've had to push the tree a bit into the corner, so 2 branches at the back have to be sacrificed, but you'll never know. So what I've done, I've spent the time doing the tree. It is a big one, isn't it? It is a big tree. So I've got the tree itself on these little moving men disc things I've had ages, and what they do is you can slide heavy furniture, because I'm going to have to move this out. It's in where it's going, but to decorate it I have to move it out so I can get the lights. I like to have it decorated more or less all the way round, even though I can't see it. I've got enough baubles to do that, and I need to get the lights sort of uniform, because if the lights are at the back, they still glow on the back of, on the wall, so it still makes a nice effect. But yeah, I think it's okay there. This is the only year this is going to happen in this corner, because next year, hopefully, where I'm standing now will be my new snuggle chair, and in the corner will be a side table, and we'll have the new sofa. So next year the tree will be going back in front of the window, but it just tends to block out all the light. It's nice for the neighbours to see, but I can't see anything. But I'm going to make use of the windowsill better this year by having lots of Christmassy things on it. So I'll have a nice window display. So it's not the worst bit. I was going to say that's the worst bit done. No, it's not. The worst bit is the lights. And putting on 3,000 lights onto a tree is no picnic, I can tell you. Okay, so here's the lights. I normally put on the 1,000 set first, and then the 2,000. And what I do, I don't know how safe this is, but they're pretty low voltage, these LEDs. They're all LEDs. What do they use electric wise? Not sure if it says on the box. Can't see. Anyway, it's a lot less than the old-fashioned lights. So what I tend to do is plug them in while I'm dressing the tree, and I do it in the semi-darkness, which basically at this time of year is most of the time, and so it's easier to see where you're putting the lights, because there's nothing worse than spending ages putting lights on a tree and seeing you've left a great big gap. So these have to be plugged in with this big adapter. So I do have 2 sockets behind, but the thing is I want to connect these to one of my remote sockets, so I can just go onto my iPad, switch them on and off via my iPad, but I probably will just set up a timer on my iPad. So I'm not sure whether just to, I've got 2 spare smart sockets, so I'll probably just plug in the 2 spare ones, although I won't be able to plug in my speaker, so I might have to use a short mains cable with 2 sockets on the end. I think I've got one upstairs somewhere. So yeah, you see, look, it all needs untangling before I even start. And what I tend to do is unravel these. It's got quite a long cable before you even get to the lights. I think it'll unravel fairly easily on these. I mean, yeah, but it's just such a faff. So I'm going to plug these in and then start the laborious job of feeding them all the way around. It's the work. This is the worst part, the top part. I might need my step ladders to reach right at the top, and then as you get lower down, when I put on these big lights, the other set, the 2000, then it's a bit easier. But yeah, I'll pause the camera while I'm untangling this mess. Right, okie dokie, I've untangled the main wire, and I've got myself one of my TP-Link smart plugs, and I've had to borrow this from upstairs. I normally use this in my bedroom to extend the socket, but it's the shortest extension lead I've got. I don't want a really long extension lead under the tree. So I'm going to plug this into one of the sockets, and then I can plug both trees into this little switched socket. I'll probably be half an hour setting up this, but once it's set up and it's in my iPad in the app, I'll be able to go in and call it Christmas tree lights and switch on and off via my iPad. But as I said, I'm just going to put a timer on to come on whatever time, 4 in the afternoon until 10 or something like that. But I can override that timer if I want them on earlier, or turn them off earlier. Just go into my iPad and switch them off. So I'll need to plug this in first, scramble under the tree, plug this in and get this set up, and then start putting the lights on. It's 1:20 in the afternoon, and this is how dark my living room is with the lights off, although I do have the Venetian blinds a little bit closed, to be honest, because when I have all my studio lights on, I don't want all my neighbours thinking I'm growing cannabis in my house, because it's very bright. So here we are. I'll just throw them on the tree now. I've managed to set up the remote switch, and I've pulled the tree out of the corner, and I've got to start at the top and work my way around to cover about 1/3 of the tree with these 1,000 lights, and then the other 2/3 of the tree I'm going to add the 2,000 lights. But as I said, I've done this every time. It's pretty low voltage with these LED lights, and if anything should happen, my circuit breakers would trip anyway. But it's the best way of putting lights on a tree, in my opinion and experience. You put them on when they're lit, and then you can see exactly where you're putting them. So I'm going to do the first 1/3 of the tree. I'm not going to film it. I'll show you it half lit up or 1/3 lit up, and then I'll continue and get the other lights on the tree. It's looking quite even to me, but thinking about it, I don't think I used both sets of lights last year. I think I just used 2,000, not 3,000, because, well, I'm about a third of the way down and I have gone all the way round, but I've still got absolutely tons. Well, I'll persevere with it. This is the worst thing. I hate doing it. I mean, I've thought about getting a new tree with the lights built in, but what happens if those lights fail? Then you've either got to buy a new tree or add additional lights. So that's always put me off. I do love the idea of having the lights built in, but yeah. Oh. It's not a job I relish, this, to be honest with you. I do like the finished result, you know, it looks nice when it's done and Mark likes it. But yeah, it's just, this is the worst bit, because now, actually I should be on, I've got to sort of throw it over. And I've been using the step ladders to get right to the top. And I have a feeling, you know, my lovely little, this I wanted on the top. Well, it's very, very nice, but it's very, very heavy, and unless I can find something to reinforce the top, I don't think I can use this. I think the reason why I got the other one on, because it was light, and it needs to be light, and this, I don't know if it's a bit too small for the size of the tree as well. I mean, what do you think? If you can see it at the top there, not sure. We'll see. We'll see. So yeah, it's the lights. I think I don't know. I might end up taking these ones off and just doing the 2,000. I mean, 1,000 lights would be enough, wouldn't it? But for me, a Christmas tree, the more lights, the better. That's my motto. As when it comes to decorating a Christmas tree, more is more. I don't like the minimalist, just a few baubles here and there. I mean, it would be a lot easier to do, but I don't want there to be anything natural left on the tree, you know. Obviously, we can still see that it's a tree, but nearly every branch will have an ornament of some description on it by the time I've finished this mammoth task. But yeah, I've still got, oh heck, I've still got, oh, don't tangle up on me now, it's been pretty good so far. But I've still got absolutely tons. We'll see. I think with the lower portion of the tree, I'm going to have to sort of double up and push more of the lights actually into the body of the tree instead of sort of draping them on the outside. But I'm getting all tangled up again now. There we go, that's it. So I'll continue to do this, and then I'm going to open up my other set of lights, and then we'll have a look at the tree illuminated but not decorated, and then finally I'll start with the actual decorations. Well, here's the tree emblazoned with 3,000 lights. It's okay, I'm fairly happy with it, but even if I wasn't happy with it, I'm not doing it again. I need to lie down, folks. Oh, so I've done it now. So the next thing to do, of course, is all the decorations, all the baubles, all the trinkets, everything has to be thrown at the tree, and that will be it finished. One word of warning: if you're putting a tree in the corner of a room, and most people tend to have a tree in the corner or up against a wall, try and balance the weight out, because I've had the experience in the past, and once you've done it once, you won't do it again. I've had a tree fall down because it had been a bit heavy on one side, because I did put a few decorations around the edge. Daisy's about to sneeze, if you can hear her. I did put a few decorations around the back and everything, but it didn't balance, so it was too heavy at the front and it came crashing down. So even though I won't be able to see them, I will be decorating around most of the back of the tree. I'll put some of the decorations I'm not too keen on, although I like most of them. But it's going to be more balanced. But what I tend to do, I've got some, and I'll show you them when I find them, I've got some very heavy glass baubles from Next, and they're not those thin, fragile glass ornaments. These, I'm going to weigh one of them actually, but they are very heavy, and I think I've got 12 of them. And what I tend to do with those is use those heavy balls as like an anchor for the tree. So they're not really on show. What I do, I put them way into the middle of the tree, all round the base towards the bottom, and that provides a good sort of stable, heavy base for me to start decorating. But I will still be obviously decorating around the tree, not quite at the bottom where it's touching the wall. I might put a few decorations within the branches just to, you know, balance out the weight. But yeah, so it's pulled out a bit. I will decorate it and then carefully slide it back in position, and then remove the sliders I've got underneath the on the legs of the tree. So yeah, quite happy with this stage. I'm going to find my next balls. I'll show you my next balls, and just out of interest, I'm just going to weigh one of them because they are pretty hefty balls. I found the next balls. They're in here, and they are red and gold. I thought they were all one colour, but no. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 4. Oh, I've got 16 of these pretty weighty balls. I mean, for a bauble, they are pretty weighty. I'm just going to weigh them just out of interest. And I've got another bauble here, which is, both of them are glass. That one's a lot bigger. Let's see how much this one weighs. Now, one thing I want to get this year, or it's probably, I'll get it this year, but I won't use it until next year, is a tree skirt. I've never used a tree skirt before, but I quite like the look of them. I don't want a wicker one, I don't want a fabric one. I've seen these metal ones, which I think will look nice. And I've seen a gold one, and it's got a hammered finish, a bit like this bauble, and it looks a bit this colour. So I'm going to, when I push the tree back, I'm just going to measure the diameter of the base of the tree and where the legs are, just to make sure the one I've got my eye on will fit. There's a few I've got my eye on, but I'm not going to get them now. They can wait till next Christmas. They'll go half price, I expect, before too long. Possibly before Christmas, but I probably won't be able to add it because you might have to put the base, the skirt on the floor before you put the tree up, you know, because some of them might not go around. I'll see what happens anyway, but there's one that looks like this ball here. Anyway, let's measure a normal thin glass. I mean, I can't believe I'm doing this, but anyway, I just want to see, because I've always thought these are pretty heavy and you need quite a sturdy branch to put them on. Right, I'll do it in grams, so you'll have to convert it into imperial if you don't know what the gram weight is. They're probably not going to be very accurate on my carpet, but I'm not weighing out ingredients for a cake. Right, well, it said 5 grams. I did get this to 5 grams. Well, it's saying 4 grams now. So that big glass bauble weighs 4 grams. And one of these, fifteen grams, okay. 15 or 16 grams, so yes, quite considerably heavier. So yes, I thought they were quite hefty balls, and now if anyone asks me, how heavy are those balls? I'll say, well, they're 15 grams a piece. So yeah, all 15 of these will get placed, and they're like clackers. Do you remember those? They were thick, really thick, compared to a regular ball. They are thick, heavy balls, full of Christmas spirit. So let's get my heavy balls on the tree at the bottom first, and then I can start the other decorations. And what's under here? Awful. I've got boxes and boxes of decorations, mainly red and gold, because that's my theme. Traditional red, gold and green. Note to self, when packing away the Christmas decorations, make sure that these red bead decorations are somewhere at the top of a box rather than at the bottom, because I've had to remove all the baubles that were in this box to get to this, which is what I put on first. So we've got the ballast baubles in position, and now this is the next thing I do. And I always get this bit wrong. I never seem to be able to get it completely balanced. This will take me forever and a day, and I must find something to wrap these round so they're not going to take me forever to untangle. They are slightly different colours as well. I don't know if the camera can pick them up. It's slightly different, but once they're on the tree, we can't notice it. Okay, well, I'm going to spend quite some time finding one of the ends of this, and then I can start. Oh, I've already found one end, look. Oh, I thought I did. Yes, I found an end. Let's hope it's not going to all be knotted up. And I'll start at the top of the tree and work my way down. It's time for the official switch on. So, may God bless this tree and everyone who gazes at her. I want to swear, it's my own fault. We've got half a lit tree. Can you see, folks? It's my own fault. I was just vacuuming up the needles that my artificial tree leaves behind, and I hadn't tucked away the cables yet. I was just vacuuming round, and the vacuum was too powerful for it. And look, the SIBO doesn't do anything by halves. So there's the plug end. So if I was to plug that in and put it in my mouth, all my troubles will be over. And hang on, let's separate them. Right, so we've got half of the lights working, and sod's law, folks, it's the 1,000 lights that are working. I've broken, here's the other, I've broken the 2,000 set. And do you know what, folks, there's no way on earth I'm going to take those baubles off to reposition those 1,000 lights or add some more. I mean, I don't know as a interim. I mean, it's, let's have a look. I don't think there's anything I can, I mean, it's, I can't fix it without it being dodgy. That's God telling me, no, you shouldn't be putting up a Christmas tree. That's a pagan symbol. It's nothing to do with the birth of Jesus or Christianity. You can thank the Victorians and Queen Victoria for the Christmas tree. Nothing to do with Christmas, apart from, well, it's traditional, isn't it? Most of the things we do at Christmas time have nothing to do with the true meaning of Christmas. It's going to have to stay like that. It's going to look awful, but what else can I do? I'm going to have to go online and get another set for next year, see if I can get one cheap, but I never found any going in the sale, to be honest. That set of 2,000, I can't remember, it must have been about 40 odd quid. I kept checking, are they going to get reduced? And they didn't, and I thought, well, I need them, so I got them. So, next year, folks, if I'm still here, if I've still got a YouTube channel, if I haven't got a YouTube channel, that's not going up. I'm not bothering with it. No way, I'm not doing it. I've been at this hours and hours, and I'm absolutely, I want to beep. Why? I was so eager to vacuum up the needles, the artificial needles, that I didn't tuck away the cable first, because I thought, well, I'm going to be plugging in some illuminated presents to go under the tree, and I needed this out, so I thought, well, I'll just vacuum up and then the presents can go under. And the SIBO gobbled it up, and I thought, oh, it's okay, it's okay. It's a good job I had the lights off at the time, because it would have probably gone bang and it would have turned off. Well, it would have blown the circuit. It would have blown the sockets, the downstairs sockets. That's all it would have done. The other lights would have stayed on. I'm absolutely... Oh well, you live and you learn, folks. Make sure you tuck your cables away before you vacuum. Anyway, that'll be the end of this. Sorry to leave on such a sour note. I'll show you the tree in a bit more detail in the morning. I mean, as I said, I've been most of the day doing this. Well, not most of the day, but I started before noon and it's probably nearly 6. So I've been more than about 6 hours. And then it nearly fell on me as well. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? So, that's the tree. Half the tree. I'll show you it in detail, you know, when it's lighter. Tomorrow I'll do another video of the tree. Show you some special baubles. I've got a new bauble for this year. And then hopefully tomorrow I'll get my little winter village out and you'll see that, fingers crossed, I don't break all those. Absolutely, I just want to scream and shout and say a lot of rude words, but there may be children watching, so I'm going to turn the camera off and then oh well, it gives me an excuse to spend more money on some new lights, I suppose. It's just a fact. I mean, well, I suppose I can't have Christmas 4 weeks or so with half a lit tree. I know it's only Mark and I that see it, and if people were peering through the front window they would see that the tree looks lit. Any road up. I'll see what I can do. Oh. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in another video when I may have some good news about the tree. I don't know whether just to try and fix it just for temporarily. I mean, well, I don't need this bit of wire actually, do I? Where's the other bit? I should have a blank bit of wire. So it's... because it ripped it, and I don't know where the other piece is. Yes, there should be. Yes. So, I suppose all I need to do is connect these bare wires to wherever the other bare wires are. Oh no. How lovely. No. You see the little function box? It's ripped it out of that. Had I had some wires coming out the function box, then I could have joined it. I've got some special joining things for thin wire like that, and I could have, and then I'd have joined it temporarily, wrapped it up in a lot of insulating tape and tucked it away, and it would have seen me through Christmas. But no, it's pulled it out of that. Oh. See you later. Don't forget, tune in tomorrow anyway for the Advent calendar series. So far, touch wood, that's okay. Maybe something will explode. Maybe I'll spill some molten brown on the carpet, or Tracy will be kidnapped or something by a man in a red suit, take her away and have his way with her. Well, I'm going. Happy Christmas. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.